civic-minded person here and that will hear me across the airwaves, come out on Monday, the 2nd of December, and support your UNC candidates. Forget about whatever it is you think. Everybody have favorites. You're a parent, and as a parent, you have favorites, but that does not matter. At the end of the day, there's only one candidate can be chosen, and the party would have made the best choice for the nation, for each area, and you must understand that and respect that decision. At the end of the day, we must stand united. And so I call for you to support Manzanilla Fishing Pond, Kenwin Phillip, for Vega de Bush, Anel Juturam, for Sandy Granny South, Calvin Sicharan, for Komoto Tamana, Anil Maharaj, for Valencia, Joseph Thomas, for Sandy Granny Northwest, Nasser Hossain, for Sandy Granny Northeast, Katrina Charles, and for Topo, Cohen Charles. UNC works. Talk done.
Talk done.
Ladies and gentlemen, UNC Work Nation Local Government Elections 2019. Let's welcome Senator Khadija Amin.
My UNC family and Sandy Grande, good night. My brothers and sisters, there is no doubt that the UNC works. The UNC has done more for the people of Trinidad and Tobago than any other government in this country. The UNC has done more for local government than any other party in this country. I served as a councillor in the United National Congress for 10 years. Local government is the arm of government that is closest to the people. Empowering local government takes more than legislation. When we were in government, between 2010 and 2015, I want to share with you a number of things that we did in government to deliver. Do you know that it was Kamla Prasad Bisesa who created history by providing all councillors with an office? And that office came with a secretary, petty expenses to operate the office, and that office is within your electoral district to better serve the people. We ensured that all regional corporations received monies allocated to them in the budget in a timely manner. We hired a full complement of chief officers, corporate secretary, financial officer, engineer, medical doctor, planning officers in every corporation to provide professional expertise and advice. My friends, you remember that when Kamla Prasad Bisesa was in government, the National Self-Help Commission fell under the Ministry of Local Government. It meant that in a time of disaster, flooding, if there is a house fire within the district, all councillors could immediately apply for a grant to rebuild or repair damaged homes for their vertices. Under PNM, that done, councillors could work with religious organizations and NGOs to apply for self-help projects to repair churches, temples, mosques, sporting clubs. You remember that? Residents themselves could come together and apply for material from self-help, and the residents would supply the labor to do the repairs, whether it is your roads, your box drains, and so on, in collaboration with councillors. All of these were ways that local government was empowered under Kamla Prasad Bisesa. The delivery by ministers under the then UNC government was done in collaboration with councillors for the area. There was no discrimination. We didn't used to do between UNC and PNM areas. We used to do based on needs. For example, the Ministry of Agriculture upgrading agriculture access roads, Ministry of Sports for sporting grounds. You remember that Tech lighting up recreation grounds. But at present, under the PNM, the contracts for many of those chief officers in the corporations have come to an end and the positions are vacant. Councillors have been evicted from their office because of the failure of this government to pay rent. What a shame that they can't pay $2,500 rent for a councillor's office, but you could pay millions of dollars to rent a building belonging to the Attorney General. What we have is neglect upon neglect. Instead, we have neglect and abuse of local government. Imagine after 3 years, even the PNM councillors are ashamed of their government because they have not delivered. The PNM is rushing to pave roads all over the country. Here in Sandy Grande, Nasser Hussain told you about paving in Blake Avenue and Babande and other areas. After all these years of muddy roads, they are rushing. I was there, and we saw the inferior work. There is little or no drainage, and where there are drains, the concrete work is already collapsing. They are paving over mud in Sandy Grande. Do not be fooled. Nasser Hussain, when you become councillor, we have plenty road to fix over up there. Nasser Hussain will win Sandy Grande West. In their rush to pave Coal Mine Junction, Upper Kunapo Road has a wasser leak for the longest while. You know they pave over the leak and it's still leaking. The UNC councillor will be our candidate Calvin Sichuran in Sandy Grande South. And imagine a major road like Budu Highway in Sandy Grande neglected by the PNM. But I want to tell you, we have a dedicated, hard-working UNC councillor who stands with the people of Vega de Oropuch. Anil Jutaram will once again win in Vega. And I want to say to the people of Budu Highway, when they tell you about Orphan Road, just as they disown your road, disown them for election, tell them no vote for them, vote for Anil. Well, don't talk about Manzanilla. Manzan Posse, where you are, I know you like to make noise. Councillor Kenwin Phillip has been on the ground representing, battling the PNM to get things done in his area. You ever hear about promises never materialize? In Plum Road Junction, there's a retaining wall that collapsed. And it collapsed onto the road. And I want to ask Rohan Sinanan if he knows how many children on their way to school nearly get bounced since the last time he walked that area for the last local government election and promised the people to fix the retaining wall. And today, his promise has not materialized. Vote them out. When in the presence of a UNC councillor, the Minister of Works could tell the PNM Chairman Terry Rondon, we fixing PNM areas first. Well, at least they know Manzanilla is coming home to the UNC. We will win in Manzanilla with Kenwin. Every area in Sandy Grande, the people are fed up of the PNM. In Valencia East, everybody is going UNC with Joseph Thomas. Kenwin Charles in Toko, Katrina in Sandy Grande Northeast. The young people of Trace and all those areas who have been unemployed under the PNM, they don't want a handout. They want opportunities. And they are young, but they know that under the UNC, there were opportunities. They get the chance this time to vote for Katrina and make her their councillor. Katrina will win in Sandy Grande Northeast. And I'm so happy the Member of Parliament, Ms. Christine Nwalo Hussein, mentioned the conditions of some of the areas in Kumuto Tamana. Here now, the PNM have no shame to go to areas like Karatal and Bonnet, and in fact the entire DDA Trace and all those areas. Listen now, the list of roads is so long. A man could fall in a pothole and lost in some of those areas. But Anil, Maraj, we have plenty work to do when you win. The UNC will win in that area. My friends, we have seen so much intimidation and desperation from the PNM. And I want to say that the intimidation is a sign that the UNC is sweeping over Trinidad and Tobago. So, the PNM, you could jump high, you could jump low. The writing is on the wall. The people of Trinidad and Tobago are fed up with the PNM. The people of Trinidad and Tobago know that the UNC works. The people of Sandy Grande region are ready to vote for the UNC. 4 years of talk. Come December 2nd, all talk done. No amount of cocaine, broom, or holy water could help the PNM. That does not put food on the table of those who are hungry. That does not give jobs to the people who are jobless. Sandy Grande, are you ready to vote United National Congress? Let us go onward to victory.
Work. You see me heavy work. Job done. Work.
UNC, thank you so much. Thanks a lot. Honorable Political Leader, MP Christine Nwalo Hussein, our Senator, all of our candidates, what powerful contributions. We're ready for the road. UNC, we're ready for the road. Here you are in your great numbers. This is what you call a crowd. This is what you call a political meeting. Tell Rowley, this is what it looks like, a political meeting. The once great PNM in little pan tent now. They're in little hallways. Anywhere Rowley could find a little place. Just now you have to look for PNM in a saucer. Or if I hear this week, you have to look for them in a saucer. Nobody had time with them. Yet pollsters want to tell me that Rowley win an election. Who voting for Rowley? We ready for the road? We ready for the road? And let it come. They could pave, they could do what they want, they could jump high, they could jump low, they could bring coquille broom, they could sing open la 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 ulele. We don't care. We're beating them. We're beating them in the west, we're beating them in the south, we're beating them in the north, and we're beating them in the east. We're beating them. We're ready for the road. Let them talk. We're gonna work. And you see, as I came, I saw the mud. I went in the car and I got my boots. So I know Friday in Parliament, Stuart Young gonna make a whole speech on my boots. So let me show him. They don't have a damn thing to do. No plan, no work. All they could do is sit down and talk damn stupidness and walk up and down. So they are holy water and coquille broom. We have none of that. Because nobody must call the UNC devils. We are not taking that. But we know that we are work jumbies. We are work jumbies. Work nation pussy. We are work jumbies. So there's a lot of noise. And those opposed to us tell us we are going to win. Never mind. Everywhere we walk, the poor and the oppressed, saying we fed up a Rowley. People go on past the PNM, people are studying PNM again, they say we fed up a Rowley. We are not going to have 5 more years under Rowley. We refuse to have that. So when the pollsters go in and they're doing a representative sample, we knocking from door to door to door, we doing 100%, and 99% tell us we don't want Rowley. We don't want him. We don't want him. So don't worry them. Don't worry them. As a great freedom fighter, Harriet Tubman said, if you hear the dogs, keep going. If you see the torches in the woods, keep going. If they shout at you, where to the UNC? Keep going, keep going, keep going until the last vote is counted on the 2nd of December, because that will be the first sign that we're going to put Rowley out of business. All of them must go. Useless. You see, they feel we're stupid walking around with coquille broom, you know? And holy water. Open la 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 ulele. You understand? We're gonna send Rowley back to Tobago. He and his Jumbie man. He and his little Jumbie. They're going to plant peace in Tobago. You understand? They feel that by calling us names, they feel that we're frightened. They feel we're frightened because they're calling us names. But we afraid because just, my God, the leader is here.
Move it to the road, I'm not. Move it to the drain, I'm not. Move it to the ball, I'm not. Move it to the dedication, I'm not. With dedication, I'm not. Jesus is nations. Move it to the road, I'm not. Move it to the drain, I'm not. Move it to the ball, I'm not. Move it to the dedication, I'm not.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome the one and only political leader of the United National Congress, Kamala Prasad Visesa.
Who fixing the road, I'm love. Who fixing the drain, I'm love. Who helping the poor, I'm love. Who is in the bed, I'm love. Bring education, I'm love. And dedication, I'm love. With dedication, I'm love. She served this nation. Who fixing the road, I'm love. Who fixing the drain, I'm love. Who helping the poor, I'm love. Who is in the bed, I'm love. Bring education, I'm love. And dedication, I'm love. With dedication, I'm love. She served this nation. Who helping the poor, I'm love. Who is in the bed, I'm love. Bring education, I'm love. And dedication, I'm love. With dedication, I'm love. She served this nation.
Thank you. Right. Okay. You see, this is how you greet a real leader. This is a real political meeting. This is how we have a political meeting. Any junction, we could just put a tent and we have thousands. We have to be looking in all kind of teacup and saucer and highway and byway. So, welcome to our political leader, of course. So, but calling us names is a ploy used by the PNM in an attempt of what I call othering us, trying to make the case that members of the UNC does not belong in the corridors of power. When at Mr. Sat Miraj's funeral last week, Dr. Selwyn Kojo compared Mr. Miraj to the great American civil rights leader, Dr. Martin Luther King. I agreed with the context because Mr. Miraj understood that education is your way out of poverty. And what a fitting send-off, 40 scholarship. 40 scholarship. I have always maintained, it is a remarkable achievement. And I've always maintained that this government should have long ago placed all the schools, primary and secondary, those in Laventille, in Beetham, in Sea Lots and Environ, under SAT's management. Can you imagine what SAT would have done with Success Laventille School? The potential that has never been realized and probably lost to us forever. I felt proud when I saw Nikila Batiste, as a former student of Shiva Boys Hindu School in Pinal. She won a scholarship and is closer to realizing her goals as a forensic pathologist. She worked hard, and as all of the scholarship winners worked hard. But I think what Mr. Miraj gave to us was so outstanding, his vision. Unlike this Prime Minister, who refuses to do the hard work, he believes that running around with slander and lies will pull him through. But we are not taking him on. He alone in his race to the bottom. It was last week in La Hoquita. He told 50 people, because Rowley don't build he don't pull no crowd. Rowley is not Kamala. Who fixing the road? Who fixing the drain? He can't pull no crowd. Nothing. Nothing. You understand? Sold out. Look at this crowd. So he talking to the 50 people in La Hoquita. And he said, you know, he can't talk without calling me name. He said that I am me, Jolene, John. I have been demanding a by-election with the missing Maxi. You see, the gentleman appears not to be able to carry on any conversation without calling my name. I appear to be living rent-free in his head. Can you imagine? This big, powerful man has not one damn thing to do but to continuously slander a poor picky-head girl from Sharville. Continuously. You think he has something against black picky-head girls? You think he has something against us? Don't worry with this. This is mine to abide. I have never spoken anything about Maxi Coffee. What is there to say? No one brings him up. I have heard that every time they tell him he's not going up in election, he bursts into tears, saying God ordained him to serve. I never doubt God's wisdom. But in this case, I ask, God ordained him to serve who? The people of La Hoqueta Talparo voted him to serve them, but all he's doing is serving himself. That's all he's doing. So I wish him well. I wish him a lot of good luck, because I want him to be healthy and strong. Because if the PNM lose their collective minds and send Maxi up for the constituency of La Hoqueta Talparo, he will need strength to take the political licking he will get. He will need all the strength. You know. So they also floating the name of one character named Cummins. They could bring Cummins, they could bring Goins, they could bring Run-ins. It's the same licks in La Hoqueta Talparo. Same licks. Same licks. We indifferent as to who they bring. Cummins, Goins, Run-ins, we beating all of them, singularly or collectively. We don't care. So the UNC is begging on behalf of the people of Trinidad and Tobago for a general election. We're begging Rowley to let our people go. You think the people of La Hoqueta know coffee missing? You know whether this PNM crop of minister sick or well is the same thing. Nobody know what they're here to do. You know if Glenda Jennings missing up here? No, it doesn't matter, because they do nothing, whether they're missing or they're going to work. So, what do you tell the young black boys lying on the side of the road? You're telling them that you're making weed legal, but they're already smoking weed. And they certainly ain't want imbe bulb. They want jobs, they want skills, they want to be alive to live full, useful life. Small and medium-sized businesses from Guaya to Miaro to Grande, all the way down the corridor, are closing down, putting even more people on the breadline. And later this week, the bold-faced Rowley will be coming to you in Grande, begging you to save his job. I don't know under whose shop he's going and have a meeting, because he certainly can't have it here. He has nobody to come out and attend this meeting. Nobody has time with Rowley. Nobody. So my people, our leader is here, and we want to hear what she has to say. So I'm going to wrap up. So in this election year, Rowley stood before the people at the Emancipation Day celebration and had to admit, all you're not doing well. Today I asked the Prime Minister, why is the group who have voted for him election after election not doing well? So if they're doing well in his first 5 years, should they vote and give him another 5? Thank you. Today the PNM have somehow tried to grow a conscience, and then Port of Spain giving away water tank in Charlotte Street and these places. Do you know what Kamla Prasad Bissessa had said for the people of Charlotte Street, for the people of Harp Place, of Mango Rose, Duncan Street, Prince Street, all over Lavington? Once you're living in an HDC-owned house, the HDC is mandated to give it to them for $100. $100, because the then Prime Minister, the Honorable Kamla Prasad Bissessa, felt everybody should have a place to call home in Trinidad and Tobago. There you have what you have now on Charlotte Street. You have Rowley putting up 2 Lion and calling it Chinatown and said, that is what I give to you. Kamla was giving Shafford Court all the houses for $100. He got lower down Charlotte Street and he put on the 2 pieces of Lion and he said that is Chinatown. Hard luck for you. So in 2015, the population exchanged 106 schools for Let's Do This. The San Fernando Teaching Hospital, Cuba Hospital, Grande, all these hospitals they're building in Grande and in Arima. Multiple health centers. Those were built, the Arima Teaching Hospital and the Grande was started by whom? Thank you. And exchange that for Let's Do This. 50,000 jobs and profit-making Petrotrin were exchanged for Let's Do This. So the Prime Minister of slogans and lies, telling you that you're living in a new society, I tell him tonight, not tonight, Satan, get the hands. What new society we living in? What new society? Kamla Prasad Bissessa said, any child found outside up to 2 p.m., they must have an answer because we need children to be in school. Everybody must learn something. Could be a trade because everybody can't be doctors and lawyers. Everybody can't do what Lakshmi girls, what they're doing. So, brothers and sisters, oh Lord, let me wrap up for the Honorable Leader. We want to know what she has to say. So we want to know, why not an after-school homework bill, a parenting bill for young and single parents? Or how to get into business bill for those who feel they have been left behind? How we take care of our homeless and vulnerable bill? All they want is anti-gang for poor black fellas. No second chances. Them alone deserve second chances. So trying to be going the upcoming local elections. Justice and equality, they're on the ballot. Jobs, jobs, jobs. Look, the creator of jobs, she arrived. This is the job creator, the jobs machine. Our honorable leader said she's going to create 100,000 jobs. 100,000 jobs. Under Rowley, they have lost. We have lost over 80,000 jobs. Freedom from the gang culture is on the ballot. Peace and security, they are on the ballot. Laptops on the ballot. Healthcare, quality healthcare, that's on the ballot. So UNC has a solid plan. We know that. UNC has a solid plan to get in Trinidad and Tobago moving again. And we have a leader who is tried and proven. She has been hung in the balance and she has not been found wanting. Kamla Prasad Bissessa is the leader of the future. And tonight, I urge you to go out on the 2nd of December and vote. Vote in this talented team from SANGRE GRANDE. Let us take the corporation, because after we take the corporation on the 2nd of December, whenever this Rowley decides to call the election, we are going to take the government and bring back sanity to Trinidad and Tobago.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome the sheriff doing Rowley, take back your tax.
UNC people, I see all you. The sheriff is in town, man. Rowley, I came to deliver eviction notice. Pack up your things, man. Pack up you and all the tax. Time to ship up. UNC is back. This Prime Minister is crazy, only making things hard for we. Bam bam, east, west, north and south. It's only a shape all about. Since P&M getting power, everything going wrong. Prices going up, but salaries going down. Rowley, take back your tax. I'm telling you flat. Work nation.
I love all the UNC people. Auntie Kamala,
UNC people. I see all you. The sheriff is in town, man. Rowley, I came to deliver eviction notice. Pack up your things, man. Pack up you and all the tax. Time to ship up. UNC is back. Auntie Kamala, this Prime Minister is crazy, only making things hard for we. Bam bam, east, west, north and south. It's only a shape all about. Since P&M getting power, everything going wrong. Prices going up, but salaries going down. Rowley, take back your tax. I'm telling you flat. Rowley, take back your tax. Bam bam, we can't live with that. Rowley, take back your tax. You're making things hard. It's better you step down and let Kamla run till they die. I'm telling you. All you feel is stay and take this stupidness. Well, let me tell you something. in one love. It's only robbery, murder, and rape. When Auntie Tams was in power, your country was living nice. Since Rowley take over, like you will eat salt and rice. Rowley, take back your tax. I'm telling you flat. Rowley, take back your tax. Madam Bam, we can't live with that. Rowley, take back your tax. You're making things hard. It's better you step down and let Kamala run Trinidad. Auntie Kamala, we need your back. We go show them how we just do it. Let Rowley and all the tax go from here. Come on back up and leave. You have seen this time you intend to kill we. It's online shopping tax. 7% more on what we buy, and these are the facts. No mercy on our nation. We're acting like you don't care. This coming election, I vote in UNC with no fear. Rowley, take back your tax. I'm telling you flat. Rowley, take back your tax. Madam Bam, we can't live with that. Rowley, take back your tax. You're making things hard. It's better you step down and let Kamala run Trinidad.
We love you, Auntie Kamala.
Close down power gen. Let's close down the steel mill. Let's come and close down Petrochin.
Work nation, work nation, work nation.
Talk done.
Watch out now for them boy, them they stock it. None of them get to use now, have no money for the market. Mr. Politician, when you talk it, make sure you coulda walk it. Cause all them do is talk, them talk.
Ladies and gentlemen, all rise. Let's welcome the one and only political leader of the United National Congress. Let's welcome the next Prime Minister of Trinidad and Tobago, the one and only Kamala Persad Bisesa, live in SANGRE Grande for the United National Congress Work Nation.
Wow, I cannot do better than Sheriff, okay? In my next lifetime, I want to be a singer, but in this lifetime, we'll have a conversation. So, all UNC friends and family are here tonight. For those listening out on the airwaves, I say good night to all of you. Welcome to Woke Nation in Grande. Welcome, welcome one and all. So Grande, how you feeling? Thank you for welcoming us here. Grande, we can feel the energy. All our platform speakers spiked up the place, livened up the place. So we can feel that energy here. And you know the sun rises from the east. So on December 2nd from the east in Grande, we will take over the whole country, starting in the Grande Corporation, moving to the west, the north, the south, and we will win. We will win. You know, there are a few words I would like to say on the passing of Wayne Chance. I had the privilege to know him. So we extend condolences to his family and his loved ones on his passing. He was a great human being, a great soul. I had the privilege to work personally with him in his mission to try to help other persons. He understood very much what I know and understand, that in the fight against crime, you cannot just work to lock up people. You must give them a second chance. That was Wayne Chance. And so what he did, his work was to help to rehabilitate prisoners and former prisoners. But this government doesn't understand that. Jillian mentioned about anti-gang law and so on. They have a bill in the parliament. They want to pass it before the elections. Huh? So they bring it to the House on Wednesday. They don't normally have parliament on a Wednesday. But they so want to bring it there to really provoke the UNC in the parliament. Now we are going there. We know we have a fight against crime everywhere. But our answer is not to just throw people in jail, take the key and pelt away the key. It's not a question about jailing everybody. We cannot understand, will not stand for that. We will protect your human rights, your fundamental rights. And that is what we plan to do on Wednesday. Because in this bill, they're saying if you're found with, in possession of a weapon, just possession, not trafficking, also for trafficking, but possession. Now imagine you are in a building somewhere, and they come in and they find a weapon, a firearm. You don't know nothing about that. You have nothing to do that. But this law will allow you, them, to pick up everybody in that building, put them in jail with no bail. Will you support that? We are saying, if your child is in a car going to school somewhere, going to work, and for some reason there is a weapon in that car trunk, nothing to do with your child, nothing to do with your brother, your sister, maybe your wife or your husband is in that vehicle, might be on a maxi taxi, might be in a PTSD bus. What they're saying, if they find a weapon there, a firearm, lock you up, everybody, you know, everybody, and no bail for 120 days. And if the trial starts, no bail. They say you'll stay inside there and see how long these courts take. You could be there for 10 years before that case finishes. That cannot be the answer. We are saying we want an amendment to the law. We agree crime has to be dealt with back violently, aggressively. We have to fight crime. But that cannot be the answer. And so we are saying if the person has a conviction already for an offense, so you're a convicted felon. If you already have a conviction, well then, no bail the second time. Can you agree to that? That is a reasonable compromise, because the chances are that, you know, you have a conviction, meaning they found you guilty already for something bad. And they come and they pick you up. The probability, the possibility is higher that you are or may well be guilty this time. But that is a kind of a case that you could plan something. If a man and his wife break up, yeah? And suppose now the wife is with someone else, ex-wife, and it happens. And that man happens to be a policeman. There is a grave danger that they could plant something there. That policeman will have the power. Not all policemen will do it, but they are humans and they are humans. And so this law could allow somebody who's fighting you, who have some malice for you, to plant something. To plant it on your property, to put it in your car, to put it in a building where you may have to be. I cannot and will not support that. I will not support it. So their plan is to bring it on Wednesday. They will not take the amendment that we will bring, because we want to pass it. But we want to pass good law. We will not pass it in the present form. So their plan is now from Wednesday night, they're going pillar to post and everywhere, oh, Kamala and them UNC supporting criminals. That's what they cry. That's what you know, they look for these distractions. Huh? When the election just called, the man stand up on platform and say, plot to assassinate him. Yeah, right, big news. When that didn't get them where they wanted to be, they come and talk about some fake data, something, whatever, whatever. When that didn't work, because they say, who the hell cares? Then he come back and he say, Wiley not coming to Trinidad because the UNC members threatened to kill him. Good Lord. I mean, how much more ludicrous can you become? How much more foolish can you be? UNC members want to kill Wiley, so he's frightened for his life. Look, the commissioner of police looking for Wiley, and he cannot find Wiley. You think a UNC member going to find Wiley to threaten him? So with each day it gets worse, you know, it gets more and more ridiculous. And back to the bill, I'm saying, should they make the change? We will say yes in the parliament. If we do not support it in the parliament, the bill will fail because they need our votes. Thank God our constitution framers put the constitution in such a way that when you want to do draconian measures in the parliament, you have to get the support of the opposition, whichever opposition, they must join votes to get a 3/5 majority. So that is my battle there. But I say we are committed to fighting crime. But I thought I would raise this matter tonight to send a clear signal to the government. In its present form, we are not supporting the bill, and to warn you that after Wednesday we do not support that draconian law, they will come to cry and say, UNC supported criminals. So be warned, be warned. I saw this man somewhere, I was watching the news and I saw a little news clip. And in the news clip, the man saying, Mrs. Kamala Prasad Bisesa. She called me Rowley, Rowley, Rowley. And she called him Imbert, Imbert, and Imbert and Forrest. Well, I didn't go to school with her. No, my name is Dr. Keith Christopher Rowley. Tonight, Dr. Keith Christopher Rowley, I tell you, we're coming for you. We are going to vote you out. We are going to vote you out. Vote you out. Because we know people are suffering. I know it, you know it. Many people down here know it. I think the whole country knows it, except this man who worrying that somebody calling him Rowley instead of Dr. Rowley. Can you imagine to think that's, as I say, more and more ridiculous? I say sometimes I have plenty mother and father and auntie and uncle. Anywhere I go, people call me Kamala. Walking down the street, Kamala. Everywhere I go is what? Kamala. I'm proud of my name. I am Kamala. I am UNC and I am proud. So, my friends, we have a winning team of candidates here. Young Katrina, did you know how beautiful she could sing? Stand up, Katrina. Give her a round of applause. Sandy Grande, Northeast. Nasser Hussain, Sandy Grande, Northwest. Stand up. Kenman Philip, Manzanilla Fishing Pond. Anil Maraj, Kumuta Tamana. Joseph Thomas, Valencia West. Calvin Seacher and Sandy Grande South. Your winning team of Grande candidates come Monday. So we want to thank them for stepping up to serve. I was talking about Katrina, this song. Our song, which is a Work Nation song, that beautiful voice you hear, the female voice, Katrina. And all the singers on that, in that song, all of them are, guess who? UNC local government candidates. So we have tremendous talent. We wish them all well. So we see now that the pathetic PNM, they're talking about a change. Yeah? Imagine that after 4 years, they're talking about a change. They forget that they're in power. They forget that they've done absolutely nothing in the 4 years. They have no achievements in 4 years. But this man stands on a platform when he should be speaking about achievements for the people and what his plans are to go forward, to create jobs, to get better health care, to fight crime, education, roads, infrastructure. What does he go on the platform to boast of his latest achievement? You know what he does? He boasts that he spent $17 million to build a mansion in Tobago for himself. That is the achievement. He said it, I didn't say, I didn't make that up. He said he spent 17 million, but I know it's more like 25 million. To do what? To build a mansion in Tobago. To do what? To have a Christmas party in Tobago. Man can't get jobs. Man can't put food on the table. Mothers are crying. Their children are suffering. He talking about Christmas party in a mansion in Tobago he built for $17 million. Shame on him. Shame on him. Shame on him, man. Dr. Keith Christopher Rowley, are you for real? That $17 million could have helped children through the Children's Life Fund. That $17 million could have done so much for suffering people. But he boasted, he built a mansion in Tobago. Man, I didn't say he was mad. I know who said he was mad. Colin Imbert. Colin Imbert said when the Prime Minister asked him to become Minister of Finance, he said, what, like you're going mad? It's in the newspaper. He said, well, this man mad. And then the chairman who was chairing him, I think it was Miss Hong, she went on the platform and she said, we also think the man mad. But now they say, well, he's doing okay. But I think he was really mad to put that little man, Imbert, as our Minister of Finance. The economy has collapsed. Over 63,000 jobs have been lost. And you want to boast about a house in Tobago you build with taxpayers' money to hold a Christmas party. When we were there, remember every Christmas, we traversed every part of this land giving toys to children for Christmas. But this man wants to hold a party, Christmas, in this mansion in Tobago. I hope the whole of Tobago get invited. I hope he takes all the children. You remember we used to take the special children up to the dip center and we'd give them a treat every Christmas. But they don't care about people. What he cares is his mansion. What is his next achievement? He's achieved what was on the cover of his book. And that was to do what? From Mason Hall to Whitehall. Millions are getting spent on Whitehall so he could make his own dream come true. He put it on the book first. There was no Whitehall finished. But what he did, millions again. And then last Christmas, what did he do? Stallmeyer's Castle. Christmas carols in Stallmeyer's Castle. And we said schools before castles. But that's their thinking. It's a weird kind of thinking. It's not about people, it's about themselves. It's always about themselves and not about the people of our land. So here we are, they spend these millions. They're breaking down homes and evicting people in Santa Flora, you know, they're going down Palaseco again. This is the third time they're going down to the Corporation of Siparia. And they're coming again tomorrow upstairs the Siparia Market. A market that my government built, by the way, the Siparia Market. They come back, that'll be the fourth time. Dr. Keith Christopher Rowley, you will not win the Siparia Corporation. You could come every day, you could come every night. You will not win Siparia. You will not win it. And here we are. Spent all this money when right here. I came in the squatting settlement the weekend I was here with the motorcade. Boabande, is that how you pronounce it? Say it for me loud. That place I went to meet the people. You know why? They were sending eviction notices for these people to get out of their homes, to leave their homes, evicting them. We put a team of lawyers. They run fast the next side. So they're giving out what they call letters of comfort. 4 years did nothing. We brought a team of lawyers. We promised we were going to take them to court. They start to give out these certificate of comfort. So you're evicting them here, but you're boasting about this mansion in Tobago for $17 million. They spent over $3 million on Mr. Maxi Coffee. But what about the children who are dying? Because they cannot get the money from the Children's Life Fund. What about them? So they take care of their own, their friends and their family, and the rest of you to catch. People crying. What of the people dying on the corridors? You see the pictures in the hospital, man. And a state-of-the-art hospital down in Vancouver, spite and malice, they will not open it. Drugstore, they make it into a drugstore, but look at the hospitals. Jalen mentioned Arima and so on. I remember coming, that was promised since I think Eric Williams' days, if I'm not mistaken. We turned this out, we started work, we did design work. And I'm telling you, if we went back into office, that hospital would have been completed long ago. Long ago. So they really don't care. What do? They spend on their own, on their friends and their family. They gifted Faris a $23 million rental contract. Yes, a gift. $23 million contract. Sole select rental contract, you know. And what they're coming to give you? A URP 10 days. I hear they're busy these days. Calling people, come for 10 days, URP, come for gang. I think somebody, Christine mentioned earlier, I think there's a tape with that gentleman. What's his name, Christine? A guy, his name is Ramraj something. He's on tape, saying that the PNM promised him contracts, CPEP contract or whatever contract, $7,000 to do what? To go on but talk Christine and the UNC. So when you see that guy, run him. Just run him away. Run him away. selling out for 30 pieces of silver. Judases all, traitors. And that goes for the band of UNC rejected people. UNC rejects. Want to fight seat in Grande. UNC rejects. The persons we felt did not make the cut to run as a UNC candidate for many reasons. I see them turn up now with a red shirt and them is PNF candidate. The PNF is so bankrupt of talent, they have to take those rejected by the UNC. So never fair in Grande. Who is it? Badalu is running against whom? Jutaram? Anil. Another one. Nirmal Singh, some Lakan or somebody. All of them, UNC rejects. They're all UNC B team, C team, D team, until they reach right up to P, P, N, M. And want you to vote for these Judases. Make no mistake, you know, we have a great team of candidates here. And not just how little they care we send you. What people want are the sustainable jobs. We have been preparing our young people for the digital age. As you know, we gave you the laptops, the smart schools, the gate. They took all that away. I heard Katrina talking today. She's studying for a degree. The fact that she's unemployed, so many people, qualified, so many qualified people cannot get jobs. You remember we had all the training on the tertiary education. All kinds of things. We said we will give you a certificate. If you're a hairdresser, you're a plumber, you're a carpenter, because we need the skills. You could come in, you could be assessed, and if you were not up to mark to get the certificate, give you the training, and then do what? Give you a certificate. So you will be certified as a plumber, as a bricklayer, as a whatever it be, any one of the skills. We went into that too. It wasn't just secondary education. It was what they call work education, technical education, to prepare the young people for jobs. This regime is totally incapable of governing. Totally incapable. Their entire platform consists of lies, insults, innuendo, fear, and divisiveness. Rowley and his ministers appear pathetic and broken, with no confidence in anything they're saying on their platforms. Everyone can see through Rowley's fake machismo. You know, you want to play macho man? Fake machismo. And understand, we must see how weak and insecure they are. The lack of confidence is due to their incompetence and causes them to attempt to terrorize, to intimidate, to bully, to frighten people, bring fear into your hearts. And they do this by insulting you. They do it with their smears and their trashy commentary, because that is what makes them feel bigger. They talk down to you, they bully you, they buff you. And that means they're big, they're in charge. Well, that's not going to work anymore. What they don't know is that criticizing others will never satisfy their need for competence, will never satisfy their need for confidence. And look, this blame Kamala business, that's not going to help them overcome any of their fears. Blame Kamala, my back broad and strong. I've been in this business long enough to know, you see, all your lies, all your insults, I don't care about any of them. I have no care for that. What I care about is serving the people. What I care about is providing opportunities for people. That is what I care about. So go with your lies and half-truths and so on, because I think at the end of the day, people understand. Have you ever seen that man smiling on a platform? Why are they always so vexed? They're always on the platform, on these meetings, the man always so vexed and buffing somebody, buff that one. When I see the man on a platform hearing him buffing a lady named Marcia, I say, well, he really going through. For Prime Minister, for Prime Minister, somebody put a blog, you know, the social media things. And the man actually attacking this girl named Marcia, a Prime Minister of Trinidad and Tobago. Total shameless. They have this fixation on the flaws in themselves. They have no idea how to fix these flaws. So what they think, what they do, they think that by projecting this belittling aggression, through blaming everybody, they can conceal their own weaknesses, they can hide their own incompetence. Because they say, you bad, you this, you that, you the other, you the next, you the next. Look, when a man comes now, I can't get over that. I have to say, Dr. Keith Christopher Rowley, you for real, you really for real? In a local government campaign platform, you will serve on a platform and quarrel with Kamala for calling you Rowley. You for real? Why didn't you come and tell the people what you're going to do to create jobs for them? Why didn't you tell the people what you're going to do to help fight crime? Why don't you come and tell the people in 4 years you have achieved nothing? You're a total failure. Total failure. You know, in a way, I feel sorry for them, eh? But I can't get no so far in this business. I would feel sorry for them, but you see, what they're doing is so damaging and dangerous to the people of our country. So don't feel sorry for them, because they don't feel sorry for you. They don't feel sorry for anybody, only their friends and family. You will see. You will see. What goes around comes around. The UNC platform is our plans, policies, getting our country working again. We are the only political party that has put out a comprehensive economic and social transformation plan. We are the only party with a comprehensive transformation plan. All the other side has is to make these derogatory speeches and insult people on their platform. After 4 years, tell us your plan. Tell us your achievements after 4 years. You have none. No plan, no policy, no achievements except building mansion and giving Faris rental contract and so on for buildings. It is really sad to say this, but everywhere in our country, Rowley and his ministers have become a laughing stock. People see them as lazy jokers, and now some are feeling sorry for them. It is time for us to ignore them. Ignore Rowley and his pitiful bunch, just as I ignore them. While they humiliate themselves in meetings all over the country, obsessing about Kamala. I don't mind if he don't call my name for the day or the night. I think he might not be very happy at all. Obsessing about Kamala. You should focus, my friends, here and everywhere in our country on what matters most to you. And these issues are real issues to help improve the lives of you and your children. This is what our platform is offering to you, an opportunity to uplift yourselves. Do not take P&M bait and go so low. Stay positive, talk good, do good, see good, be good, and do good. And God will follow you. God will follow you. The government I led, we worked to improve the lives of people here. So, Mr. Rowley, you were saying about you want change and a change is coming. Yes, a change is coming. But no, Dr. Rowley, you are not the change. The people have had enough. They are fed up of incompetence and laziness and bumbling. The people of this country are ready to vote you out of office. That is the change that will come to transform Trinidad and Tobago. And we are going to start on December 2nd. We will do it again after December 2nd. So, we are living in troubling times. We are. And this election campaign has been fraught with reports of attempts at intimidation of UNC supporters. We are seeing a worrying trend with the EBC. So we have to be extra vigilant to preserve our democracy. We have seen the errors by the EBC, and up to today, which was the first day of special voter polling, again, there were unforced errors. And you see, I think sometimes that is what you get when you put your friend and family in charge of a big position and you do not follow the process. So you put your minister of family to head the EBC, and we're seeing all these errors, and you have to wonder, are they really errors? Or is it in fact a conspiracy to steal the elections? Too much, too much. There was a process, and the reason it has already been raised elsewhere many times, that Minister Coffey's family is a person they put to run the EBC. Yes? And the process that they leapfrogged her from somewhere else to raise her up to that. The person was there for all the years. They move her aside. And they put this lady there now, and I am very worried. So soldiers on the ground and everywhere, on election day, we are already doing it, and I want to thank all the candidates in all the districts because they have been monitoring the special voting. But you see on December 2nd, come out early. Put your vote in early. I made it like a joke, but with this EBC, any number could play. Come early, cast your votes in the morning. Don't wait for after lunch. Because we know this EBC. If the rain starts to fall, this time they know they're going to lose, so they will not extend. They might cut short the voting hours because of the floods and the rain. So go out early. Bring out your people early. And you see, they come in to bribe you with contract and CPEP and URP. And I'm being told some people even come in and offering you money. You know what I'll tell you to do? Take everything you get in. Take everything you get. Because when you go to vote on December 2nd, that vote is only between you and your God. That is a secret vote. So boy, you're getting contract, take it. You're getting CPAP, URP, take it. They're giving you a red jersey, well, I'm not going down there. I'm not going that far down that road. So whatever to benefit your life, a job, CPAP, that will benefit you and help you and your family. But the red jersey not going to help you at all. So take it, take it, take it, take it. So I'm saying we must be extra vigilant. We are talking, when I talk to you about the paving frenzy, the others have spoken. In 4 years, you know, running midnight, as Christine told us, to pave road everywhere. But just like the CPEP and the URP and the whatever, take the paving, take the road, and when you go to vote, drive on that same road, walk on that same road, go down to the police station, and put your X next to the rising sun. You know, really, I have some questions for this gentleman, Rohan Sinha. Do you know him? I'll get to that in a moment, but I have a serious question for him tonight, so stay tuned. Very serious matter to raise on him. Now, Jalen mentioned about the water tank giveaway and so on in Port of Spain. You know, they cannot provide the water to even put in the tank, but they're giving away free empty tank. Free empty water tank. Where get the water to put in that tank? Provide the water. Water for everybody in TNT. Provide water. I have some plans for Grande, but I want to share this matter on Rohan because it's a very important matter that I think many of you already know is happening here, and I really would like to deal with it. This is a question about the bridge. Is it Kunapo? You pronounce it Kunapo Bridge? You all know where that bridge is? Right, listen to this. I have this important matter. I must raise this matter because people need to be reminded about the nature of this Rowley P&M. You will remember the Minister of Works, Sinan. He came up to Grande, he cut the ribbon for the Kunapo Bridge. That was carried in the newspaper. This project included the construction of a new bridge and roadway. The river channel which ran under the old bridge was realigned, meaning they diverted it to run under the new bridge that was constructed. According to a Newsday report, August 11, 2019, the Director of Bridges, Jagdev Mahadev, indicated that two options were presented in 2016 for the Kunapo Bridge project, which meant that in 2016, a decision still had to be made regarding the manner in which the project was to be undertaken, whether the bridge would remain where it was or whether the new bridge would be relocated. Mr. Mahadev stated that from the options, the design which was chosen involved diverting the river channel and the acquisition of lands. The acquisition, what that mean? Buying land, paying for land from two private owners. Therefore, they had to run the river through a private owner land. They had to relocate the bridge and construct it over the new river channel. So this is the survey plan for the land before the start of the project. Can we get that up on screen, please? Survey plan for that piece of land. And on that plan, if it's on the screen, I'm not sure. Is it up? You will see the river running on the north boundary of that piece of land shown in pink. Can you see it? Can you see the river? You see that? All right, that is a survey plan. So there's a river on the northern boundary. It says Arima River at the top of the diagram there. Then we go now. So this plan of a parcel of land colored pink in the ward of Ture containing 2.743 hectares. Then go to this Google map, the next picture I have, please, on the screen, a Google map, image of the land in 2017 before any work was done. So this is the land before any work. Do we have it, please? Because this project started, so you see the private owner's land being cleared. This picture next was taken in 2018. Okay, do we have the 2018 picture, please? And you will see the land being cleared, taken in 18, a new road constructed and bridge being built. A picture taken in 2019 also shows the new river channel for the river. I'm not sure if you're getting the images, but they're there. Now, I told you earlier that the option chosen for the project was to buy lands from 2 private owners. This was done, so river now has to pass through the land of the private owner. The lands will now have to be acquired for public purpose. I also told you it was a project of which ministry? Ministry of Works and Transport. A land search was done on the lands where the river now runs through. I have a copy of the deed in my possession. This is deed for the lands registry. And it should be on the screen if they can get it up, but I have it here. This is a deed dated 19 January 2009. A parcel of land bought in 2009 for $1.9 million, dated in January 2009. And on this deed, these are the parties to the deed. This deed of conveyance made 19th of January in the year of our Lord 2009 between Dipchan, Kedan, and they give his address, known as the vendor, that's the person selling, and Rohan Sinanan of number 27 Gilwell Road, Valston North, in the aforesaid Republic, hereinafter referred to as the purchaser. So Rohan bought this land in 2009. This parcel of land described in the schedule to the deed and so on. And so, here is the deed. Mr. Sinanan is an owner tonight now. I call on Rohan Sinanan to confirm or deny the contents of the deed registered in the Ministry of Legal Affairs, which indicates he is owner of the land. I am asking Rohan Sinanan whether at the time the decision was taken to buy the lands, whether he was part of the deliberations, or whether, like his AG, he stepped out of the room when they agreed to rent him the property. I call on Rohan to tell us whether he received any money for those lands. And if he did so, what is the total sum of money paid to him by the state, the taxpayer dollars, for that piece of land? So remember, they had to pay for the Kedona lands, and now you're coming to pay for a bridge here that may well be with respect to the lands owned by Rohan Sinanan. And when, before Rohan comes by your gate to ask you to vote for the PNM, tell him answer these questions first. Tell him answer himself, Ministry of Works, project himself, to Rohan Sinanan, to make money on the head of the taxpayers. Again, I remind you of the Currap interchange with the Kedona lands. That project is due to be completed this year. Up to now, the negotiation for the acquisition of the land cannot be completed down there. Rohan must come clean and tell this country whether he benefited or will benefit from the Kunapo Bridge project. He must answer the people of Grande and must answer the people of Trinidad and Tobago. We have continued to see friends and family and financiers of the PNM. And these guys are so bold-faced and brass-faced to stand on their platforms every night and talk about the UNC when all these ministers are fleecing, benefiting from the treasury of Trinidad and Tobago. Bold-faced and brass-faced, coming to say they're locking this one, lock up that one, lock up. 4 years later, not one of us, not one charge brought, not one of us. Do not be surprised between now and Monday the 2nd. They make up more fake charge and more fake allegations. And between now and the general, don't be surprised. I say in my lifetime, I am not so young, but I'm very young at heart. Nothing surprises me anymore. Nothing surprises me anymore. Been there and done that. Been there and done it. So, see them, the wives club, getting all their contracts. The $23 million man sitting down there. A sitting senator and general secretary of the PNM being given state contracts. I think that's the guy Jillian spoke of. What's his name? Something Cummins. Jillian? Cummins. The talk is that he's coming. Cummins is coming to run against Jillian in La Hoqueta Talparo. Well, he'll get such a licking of his life. He will get a licking of his life. Well, I hear Christine call somebody a lion something. I won't repeat the word. Like Christine was vexing her, she said lion so-and-so. But they're really liars, all of them. I want you to remember the Prime Minister, the Dr. Keith Christopher Rowley. Dr. Keith Christopher Rowley stood on a platform, told the country, I want every man, woman, and child to understand the government is not closing down Petrotrin. And in case you were closing your fridge and you didn't hear me, I want to tell every man, woman, and child, the government is not closing down Petrotrin. Remember that? You have to remember that. This is a man who will stand up on a platform and lie, bold-faced, brass-faced. A few weeks later, all gone. Petrotrin shut down. Up to now, we cannot answer that. Why did you lie? What about your other lies? We cannot believe a word they say anymore. We cannot trust them. Do not believe a word and do not trust them. They are the most promising government you ever had. Every time they talk, promising, never materialize under this government. They are like the coming soon government, coming soon. Stay tuned. Every time they talk, coming soon. We're going to build a house. We're going to build a hospital. We're going to do this. Promise. But always coming soon, but never reach. Well, on December 2nd, we reach, we will vote, and we will win. December 2nd. Because the UNC is the best option to take us forward. And let me just share some plans for this area. I've been trying to do that everywhere I go. Because we have the plans, and we'll add to those plans. We're in consultation with you. We'll develop other plans. They asked me to speak tonight about some of the things we did up here. They're doing 10 and 15, but time is against. So just say, we paved roads, we constructed drains, Guayco, Coal Mine, Toco, Valencia, Vega de Orput, Sandy Grande, and in other areas. We updated the recreation grounds in Grand River, North Orput, Sangre Chiquito, Sangre Grande, Toco. Wow, running out of breath. There's so much. There's so many things we did. We started work to provide modern health services. We promoted tourism. We refurbished the Toco Lighthouse. And we constructed, in fact, I remember coming for that, the Valencia Visitor Center. We improved in education by providing opportunities at COSTAT, the Tech Work and Training Center, and the OJT Center. We completed the port, Galeota, and the Valencia bypass. Well, I remember Dr. Rupert Griffith, who was a former later MP for Grande, Tocosani Grande. And he would come to cabinet, he would plead for that Valencia piece of road. And I said to him, Dr. Griffith, I don't see no houses there. So why are we putting this road in the middle there where there are no houses, only trees and forests? And he said, yes, but everybody coming up here, they have to pass there, and the traffic is so horrendous. And at Valencia Bypass Road, thanks to former MP Rupert Griffith, made it happen. And of course, the jobs. We've said it before, over 55,000 new jobs we created. We didn't put a single new tax. In fact, we removed the VAT tax from 7,000 food items. Of course, they put it back and so on. What are some of our plans? We will encourage investment in resort, eco, and cultural tourism. This will ensure conservation while broadening your region's economic base. 40% of the land is currently under statutory protection, and this is an area where the beaches and rivers may serve better as recreation areas, and that will create jobs too. We'll revitalize the agricultural sector. Cash crops such as cocoa and coffee, coconut, citrus, plantains, bananas, mangoes, vegetables, root crops, rice, livestock, poultry, honey are already being produced, but we will create a node for agro and fish processing as we ramp up production in the area, again, creating jobs. We will implement strict regulation and monitoring of the quarry industry with the Minerals Advisory Committee, which has already been set up to ensure that any quarries given out have to be mined 5 acres at a time and be replenished before you go on to the next mine. We'll improve on social and physical infrastructure. We will improve the functional efficiency of the GRANDE Town Centre, and we will strengthen the municipal core and expand it and connect people and communities. I heard Katrina on my way up talking about the traffic logjam, which is something that we can work together with the Burgesses here to see how best, and she had a suggestion of how we can help with that. We'll engage in medium-intensity industrial development in the Guayco-Sandy Grande area, which will bring jobs and income to the region. This means that this region will be developed with a community core with a range of services to make the community as self-sufficient as possible. The services we will support in the Guayco-Sandy Grande area will include banking services, professional offices, retail trades, restaurants, entertainment facilities, market development, and of course, government services. People from quite up here shouldn't have to go to town to access so many government services. We had started that decentralization process of putting government services in communities. That is something we can do here in your community. We will give statutory approvals for buildings in the community core to go up as high as 6 stories. Right now, you can't. So we will have to do that again to build your town center. This will open up opportunities for business, for commerce in Kumotu, Guayco, Grande, and the whole Rio Claro, Princestown area. And also Rio, Mayaro, Manzanilla, Grande, Guayco, Kumotu. They will all be connected together, bringing people, communities, and commerce together. We will construct a car park in Sandy Grande to support park and ride along the east-west corridor. And we will have a dedicated bus lane with express service to Rima and from Arima to Port of Spain, which will establish Grande as a transit hub. Renewable energy. We have our own natural renewable resources, the sun, underutilized. In recent years, solar power has surged to become the cheapest and fastest growing source of electricity on the planet. We will invite private investors to establish a solar tech park within the Tamana Intech Park, thereby creating jobs. The solar tech park will develop energy efficiency modular solar solutions which can be retrofitted to existing buildings or integrated into new construction projects and used in several other areas such as marine, communication, and transport. The Tamana Solar Tech on supply technologies through licensing and supply agreements, the product to provide the specialist turnkey energy solutions to communities, not just here, but within the entire Caribbean region. Right out of your community. So create the jobs here first, to create the jobs, and you export, you bring in the foreign exchange and create more jobs. And these are some of the plans that we have. Of course, we can't have all of them in one night. But these are some of the plans to help you grow, to help your communities in Grande grow, to create sustainable jobs for the people of Grande and of elsewhere. And of course, to allow you to have a sustainable income and not just a CPEP and a URP 10 days. Remember something, parents who spend their life and grandparents getting CPAP and URP, that's not what they really want for their children, you know. They all want their children to do better. That is why we were creating these educational opportunities to lift you up. Jillian said it, I always said it, education is the only passport out of poverty. Education is the only key, the key to getting a better quality of life. And that's what I spent a lot of time and a lot of my life centered on the development of educational land. You remember when I was Minister of Education the first time around under Mr. Pandey's government? We created spaces and built schools all over. And they say, when we build school up here, we build school for what? Parrot and Dwen. Well, bring out all the parrots and all the Dwens, and on December 2nd, put your X next to the rising sun. Vote for the UNC. I had some plans about crime fighting, but given the lateness of the hour, let me just wrap up to thank you all very much. To thank you for joining us here, and to tell you two things. One, the UNC will not be holding its usual mass rally on Saturday, the last day of campaigning, basically. Because I have a different idea, to be outside of the box, to try to reach more people and touch more people. If we hold a mass rally in Constantine Park or whichever park, whether it's in Central or along the corridor, then we are taking everybody out of their communities. We are taking all our candidates out into one lockdown zone. Of course, that costs a lot of money. But I prefer to take that money, the resources, and use it to help the candidates to fund the election campaigns. But we will not stop there. So what instead we've discussed it and we've come up with, this is what we will do. On December 30, all candidates will stay in their section. Stay in your section. Stay in your boundaries. Don't go beyond your boundaries. Stay in your section. And you run your motorcade rally and meet and greet and touch people. So it'll be 14. There will be 14 major rallies because we have 14 corporations. But you'll in fact have 139 warm bodies candidates on the ground meeting their constituents. That is on the 30th. And then they will do that and then they'll have a prayer, word of prayer first on Saturday morning. All of Saturday morning, that's what they'll do. And then listen, guys. The whole UNC will journey to Grande and we'll end here in Grande on Saturday for a mass rally.
Work Nation.
So all over Trinidad, you will have a sea of yellow, a tsunami of yellow everywhere from the north, south, east, west, throughout the land. And then we'll congregate to end here in Grande for 6:30 p.m. And we will take Grande home with us on Monday, 2nd December. So once again, I thank you all. We thank our hard-working candidates everywhere. And tonight we have a special treat for you. We have a special treat for you. But before I do that, let me once again call on the candidates to please stand when I call their name, the Grande candidates. Kerwin Charles, Valencia East. Calvin Cicharan, Sandy Grande South. Joseph Thomas, Valencia West. Anil Miraj, Komoto Tamana. Kerwin Philip, Manzanilla Fishing Pond. Nasser Hussein, Sandy Grande Northwest. Anil Jutaram, Vega de Oropuch. Katrina Charles, Sandy Grande Northeast. And joining them on stage as we welcome candidates. Can we get this move and the other candidates? God bless you. God bless you and thank you very much for having me here tonight.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome the Work Nation crew.
talk done, all the talk done. Work nation.
We fed up by these people and all the bag of lies and everything that they're doing wrong, they're trying to disguise. Always pointing fingers, never wanna take the blame. We frustrated now, don't want no more, and we ain't taking it again.
Talk done. Let's get to work again, cause we're sick of them on the line. Talk done. Let's get to work again, cause the country needs to shine. Talk done.
Let's get to work again. Come on, people, you know it's true.
Talk done.
Let's get to work again, cause the UNC works for you.
Talk done.
From there we start the engine. UNC have the plan to build a brighter future forward Green Island. Come on everybody, and you know it's true. It's time to start work again, and the UNC works for you.
Make sure the talk is done now. Time to start back the work now. All the talk done, all the talk done. Work nation.
We fed up by these people and all the bag of lies and everything that they're doing wrong, they're trying to disguise.
DJ pointing fingers.
Hold us one more time again.
Hey, UNC myself. If you believe that we're going to win the Sandy Grande Corporation, let me hear you make some noise.
Make sure the talk is done now. Time to start back the work now. All the talk done, all the talk done. Work nation.
We fed up by these people and all the bag of lies and everything that they're doing wrong, they're trying to disguise.
Always pointing fingers, never wanna take the blame.
We frustrated now, don't want no more, and we ain't taking it again.
So talk done.
Let's get to work again, cause we have them on the line.
Make some noise.
Let's get to work again, cause the country needs to shine.
Talk done. Let's get to work again. Come on, people, you know it's true.
Talk done.
Let's get to work again, cause the UNC works for you. Come on.
From there we start the engine. UNC have the plan to build a brighter future forward Green Island. Come on everybody, and you know it's true. It's time to start work again, and the UNC works for you.
Come on.
UNC massive. If you believe we're going to win the Sandy Grande Corporation, make some noise.
All these years of pressure, agony and pain, but we move with them and we cope with them and we feel the blunt of the strain.
Now we the people start crying out. We can't take it no more. So the election day when they ink the fingers, UNC are working for.
Talk done. Let's get to work again, cause we're sick of them on the line.
Talk done.
Let's get to work again, cause the country needs to strive.
Talk done. Let's get to work again. Come on, people, you know it's true.
Talk done.
Let's get to work again, cause the UNC works for you. Come on.
From there we start the engine. UNC have the plan to build a brighter future forward Green Island. Come on everybody, and you know it's true. It's time to start work again, and the UNC works for you.
DJ, lay down. Lay down a little bit. Lay down a little bit. Right there, right there. Right there.
Only think we're going to win the Sandy Grande Corporation? Make some noise.
Talk to them. Talk to them. Keep it low, keep it low.
We just talk the talk. We just walk the walk. We don't make no joke.
Katrina, tell them.
We don't talk the talk. We just walk the walk. We don't make no joke.
Engineer, pump it up, pump it